Hello, and welcome to the movie universe. I'm your host, Movie Fan. Today, I'll be talking about Ed, Edd, and Eddy. This was one of the best shows to ever appear on Cartoon Network. It actually ran for 8 years. A story about three boys named Ed, Edd, and Eddy who try to fit into their community and mostly try to scam all the kids out of their money so they can buy jawbreakers. The ringleader and instigator would be Eddy, the short one. He comes up with all these crazy ideas for scams so he can try and get quarters out of the kids. The genius would be Double D, or Ed as he's also known as, but he's mostly called Double D because he's got two D's to his name. And last but not least, we have Ed, with one D this time. He's the muscle, and he's as dumb as a sack of hammers. Of course, I have to mention all the other kids who they try to scam. Johnny and his best friend Plank, that would be the 2x4 in his hand, Kevin, the cool guy, Rolf, the foreigner, Naz, the so-called hot girl on the block, Ed's little bratty, angry sister Sarah, and her best friend Jimmy, the weakling. All the time they try to scam these kids, and pretty much every scam they try fails. Mostly because of Ed screwing up, but it's also because of other unforeseen circumstances, like the kids catching on to the scams, Double D having a conscience, or worse, the Canker sisters showing up. These three are to be feared, and they have a serious crush on the Eds, Marie, Lee, and May. Oh boy. They had to do everything they could to try to avoid them. There was even one episode where they tried to do a reverse psychology thing by coming on to them, therefore freaking them out. And it almost worked too, by the way. But not only do they try and scam the kids, they also try to do some stuff to fit in, because they are the official outcasts because of all the scams they try to pull. And not to mention, they are seen as dorks, mostly expressed by Kevin because he always calls them dorks. For literally 7 seasons, this is all it was. I mean, you see them get into their little shenanigans when they try to scam the kids or try to fit in. Because there was one episode where Eddy was trying to vie for attention because at first he was entertaining everyone by jumping up and down on this giant bouncy ball thing, and all of a sudden Jimmy got the attention because he hurt himself, which he does a lot in this show, I'm not kidding. And it all takes place in the cul-de-sac, which is where they live. Oh, and by the way, just about every episode except for season 8, it's summer vacation, because in season 8, summer vacation is over and they're back in school. And with that season, we get a whole new setting because most of the time we're seeing them at school. Because, for 7 years, it was just the cul-de-sac, and that's all it was. And during those 8 years, it was a blast watching all this stuff unfold. Even the days when they were at school, it was fun to watch. And sadly, it just came to a close by the end of season 8. But not before having all those great years, including 3 holiday specials and the final episode, Ed, Edd and Eddy's Big Picture Show, which is actually a TV movie. And I'll talk about those some other time. And other than that, there's really not much to say, because anything I say will not do this show justice. This is one of those kind of shows that you really have to see for yourself in order to appreciate what they were able to do. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. You can find it on YouTube, on DVDs. Believe me, you won't be disappointed. It'll keep you laughing for hours. This is Movie Fan, signing off.